Hey everyone, welcome back to Six Sisters Stuff. Today we're gonna make 15 Instant Pot and slow cooker freezer meals just for you guys.
So as a busy mom, freezer meals literally save my life, especially if I can prep them fast and keep them in my freezer and pull them out when I need them. When, you know, the day is crazy and you don't have time to cook.
You're thinking, shoot, what's for dinner? I don't know.
So having these on hand, ready to go at any moment, literally is a game changer. So these 15 meals, they ended up, the total for all the ingredients ended up being about $150, which comes out to be $10 a meal.
Which is not bad for feeding anywhere from 4 to 6 people.
Yep.
So.
Plus the prep is already done. We're gonna prep all 15 and you can do it too in about an hour. So if you guys are ready, let's get cooking.
Woo. So we decided to make these freezer meals for you because our sweet friend Erica from Favorite Family Recipes has started something new. She's doing a freezer meal class. Now Camille first introduced me to a freezer meal class and it was amazing.
The world of freezer meals.
Oh my gosh.
Every mom's best friend.
Seriously, it was wonderful. The only bad thing was it costed about $200 for 10 meals. And as I went back and checked the prices of what things really cost, it really only costed me about $105, maybe $106, but I paid $200 for it. And so I was a little frustrated, like, man, I can do this myself. But then my friend Erica contacted me. She's like, look, this is what I want to do. She's like, I want to help ladies make these freezer meals in just a short amount of time, and I want to make them with them so they can do it wearing their pajamas in the comfort of their own home and make them at a good price point that you could actually almost double your recipes for the cost. So if you want to check out Erica's live freezer meal class, go ahead and click the link down below. I'll put it there in the description for you. So if you guys are ready, we're gonna first make our first Instant Pot recipe. Now we're going to make 5 different recipes 3 times. So we're gonna make 15 recipes in about an hour.
Yeah.
So.
And that's the way to do it. To do it in batches like this, you're gonna save money. And obviously you're not gonna eat them back to back, but just space them out over the couple of months. It's awesome.
Because they last about 3 months in the freezer, which is perfect. And then if you can even double bag it, they'll last even a little longer. So, all right, let's get started. So we've already prepped our bags.
Yep. You want to be sure to write on it what it is and how long to cook it for, because when it's frozen and you pull it out and it just is a big blob of food,
nothing,
you don't know what it is. So that's super important to write what it is and the cook time on there.
Yes, so these are our Instant Pot Hawaiian meatballs. Now they cook about 7 minutes in your Instant Pot or 3 to 4 hours in your slow cooker. Now, if you guys are proud of me, so many of you recommended these things for me for freezer meals.
They're the best.
I finally broke down and bought some. So I'll put a link
Such a good Amazon
in the
find.
description for you. So if you're wondering what they are.
Just holds your bag open
does.
so that you can just load the stuff in there.
You don't need 2 people to make it. You can just make it yourself. All right.
I do sometimes use just like a big plastic pitcher that I got at the dollar store. And that works too.
Fold it over. All right. Let's add our meatballs.
First thing is just meatballs. Any kind of meatballs will work.
Yep, so these ones are 32 ounce. You can have like a 22, 24 ounce too. That will work perfectly with this recipe.
And you said that these meals feed 4 to 6.
Yes.
This one I can even stretch to 8.
Exactly, I was gonna say this one makes a little bit more.
Makes a lot.
A lot of meatballs.
Yep.
Okay, next let's do our peppers. So we chopped up a red pepper,
Just
so a red
one pepper.
in each one.
Yep. Ooh. I love when you make your own freezer meals too, because you can load in as many vegetables as you want. And like the more that I know that my kids like and will eat.
Exactly. So. Or take out vegetables that your kids
Yes,
eat.
exactly. I also usually throw in a green pepper to these too.
Oh, nice.
Just for more pepper.
Right now we're adding a 20 ounce can of pineapple chunks. Now we're adding in the liquid too, because you're gonna need that liquid if you're cooking it in the Instant Pot.
I think it helps in the slow cooker too.
I think so too. I like it a little more moist.
The sweet from the pineapple is really good.
Okay.
All right, so first thing going in, we're gonna do 1 cup of brown sugar. Just pack it in there.
Into each one.
Into each one.
And while she's doing brown sugar, I'm going to do the vinegar. It's about 2/3 cup of white distilled vinegar in each one too. Now I know what you're thinking, vinegar, that sounds disgusting, but it actually makes it taste so good.
Yep, it's just kind of the acidity with the sweetness, like it all comes together.
Right. Sorry, I gave you the hard job.
No, it's
Pack brown sugar. Oh dear. Smell of vinegar always reminds me of Easter.
Easter
man.
eggs.
I am shaky, I am shaky. There we go. And then when she finishes up brown sugar, I'm just gonna add 2 tablespoons of soy sauce to each one too. All right, we got all the ingredients in.
Yep.
Now we just get to zip them up and then kind of stir around the flavors. That's what I do. Is that what you
I
do?
usually do too, just so they're kind of all incorporated. Now here's the thing, when you're making these freezer meals, you want the gallon-sized bags to be freezer bags. Otherwise, they're too thin and they will break open in your freezer.
Oh.
So make sure you've got thick freezer bags.
All right, trying to get that brown sugar in there.
Yeah, right? And I mean, you can, you don't have to do it too much.
Right,
Just-
I know, because
just
the Instant
enough.
Pot, it's all gonna cook together
Yeah,
anyway, so
exactly.
we're good.
So you can see these bags are pretty chock full. If you have just a little bit of freezer space, that's the great thing about these, is they're not gonna take up a ton.
No.
I would recommend laying them flat and stacking them up. However, if you've got the room, freeze them kind of standing up, because it's gonna be so much easier to pop that in when it's frozen in that shape. Pop it into your Instant
Instead of
Pot.
like a square that you're trying to shove in, which
Exactly.
I do sometimes.
I know, and that works too. And you can thaw it in the microwave a little bit and you're gonna be fine.
Perfect.
But yeah. Okay.
Okay, we're
There
done
we
with
go.
these 3. We're gonna move on to the next recipe. Okay, so this next recipe is our 3-ingredient chicken tacos, and these are so versatile. You can put them, like, of course, on tacos. I like to put them on salad.
Yeah.
I like to mix them in, just all kinds of stuff.
Wrap
like,
it in a burrito.
Right, make
enchiladas,
Where's
nacho
this?
topping.
There we go.
There's something for everybody.
Okay.
So a great thing about doing freeze meals, you can use frozen chicken. So if you're grossed out by raw chicken, this is perfect.
Exactly.
So we just bought a big, huge bag of like 3 pounds of chicken. So I'm just gonna divide it between the 3. So 1 pound of chicken will feed about 4 people. If you wanna make this a little bit more, I mean, there's gonna be plenty of seasonings. You can add more chicken as needed.
Perfect. Now, before we get too far into it, you can make this in the Instant Pot and slow cooker. In the Instant Pot, if it's frozen, will cook about 25 minutes. If it's thawed, about 20 minutes. And then if you cook it in the slow cooker, I like to cook it for about 6 to 8 hours.
Yeah, on low.
On low, yeah, not high.
You have.
On low. So we're gonna put a can of salsa into each bag.
So this is just a 16-ounce can.
Yep, and I love Herdez. Do you like Herdez?
Herdez.
Herdez?
Herdez.
I don't know. But it's my favorite.
I do too, and it's actually a really good price in the store.
Exactly.
That's not sponsored.
That's
It's just
that's
real
why I
life.
tried it at first.
I have also made this before with homemade salsa. It was amazing. You can also, if you want to, do a homemade taco seasoning, because the next thing we're throwing in is just a packet of taco seasoning. It's so easy to make a homemade version.
Yeah.
But if you're short on time, just throw in a packet.
And a lot of these ingredients, I just got like the cheapest price of most of the items, so it could kind of stay within my budget. So these are just the Kroger brand taco seasoning. We saved about $1 because it's Kroger. So.
Yep. Okay.
All right.
And
that's it.
And so when you serve these, we just usually do them on like hard taco shells with cheese. Super simple with kids, they don't need a lot more. But like we talked about, this chicken's so versatile.
Exactly.
You can use it for whatever you need.
If you're cooking these in your Instant Pot, you might want to add about a half a cup of water just to give it just a little bit more liquid in it. But if you're cooking in a slow cooker, you don't need to add anything else.
Yeah, you're good.
All right, grab this one off. I love these little things.
I know. They're
Love them.
so, make it so easy.
Yep.
All right, another one down.
Okay.
All right, the next recipe that we're making are country style ribs. And these are boneless ribs. You can get them just over in your butcher area. They usually say country style right on them.
That's how I know.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, these are country
So
style.
they're boneless, they're not very fatty, and that's why I like them. They're also usually really inexpensive. So if this is a cut of meat you haven't used before, I highly recommend it. And this recipe's so easy.
So our mom used to make this recipe for Sunday dinners. I swear, like once a month. It was like the go-to Sunday dinner, and all of us just love it. So you guys gotta try it.
These just fall apart after they cook. If you can't find them, at your grocery store. I've also made this with pork chops,
Oh, that's
and
a good
it's
idea.
worked just as well. So,
All right, while she's adding meat, I'm gonna add 1 onion that we've already chopped and gotten ready. So we'll just dump it right in. I'll switch, yeah.
okay.
Put in our onions. It does make it go by a lot faster if there's 2 people
Yes.
prepping the Instant Pot.
This is a fun thing to do with girlfriends, or even get your kids involved and say, okay, your job is to add the onion, your job's to pour in the sauce.
That's a great idea.
yeah.
All right, so now we're gonna add a whole container of barbecue sauce. We're just gonna dump the whole thing in.
And you can use your favorite kind, whatever.
Yes. Again, I
whatever
went
you've
for
got.
whatever was like the least expensive, but actually Kroger or Smith's or whatever your Kroger is by you, they make really good sauces.
Yeah, they have really good
So,
sauce.
I was impressed with the flavors.
Yep. There's also, you can usually find really good sales. Our favorite is Sweet Baby Ray's.
Yes,
that's one of my
usually
favorites.
my go-to.
Stubbs makes a really good one.
Yes. All right, while you're finishing that up, we're gonna stick about a 1/2 cup of brown sugar in each one.
If you want to cut back on sugar, I feel like this is one
you
could
could,
do
yeah.
a 1/4 cup
And
of
it would
brown
taste
sugar.
still delicious.
Okay, so here is the secret ingredient to this. So this is called liquid smoke. You can find it by the barbecue sauces.
Yep.
It's usually only like $1 or $2, but it's a game changer in
is.
this recipe. It just adds this deep smoky taste, which
Yes.
you usually don't get in an instant pot. You
Exactly.
get it from a smoker. So I'm thinking we've got 2 tablespoons.
2 tablespoons of that. Mhm.
Of this in each one. This is strong, so if you don't want it too smoky, you could cut it in half, but
Exactly. And you
We
can
love
find liquid
the
smoke
smoky.
at every grocery store, like
Yep.
Walmart, Kroger.
I've seen it everywhere. It's on
Yep.
Amazon.
Exactly.
Yep. So if you're gonna make this recipe, invest in some liquid smoke.
Yes.
Okay.
All right. I think that's it. Do
That's
we get
it.
the rest of the barbecue sauce? We're
Yep.
all good? Okay.
Good to go. Close it up.
Exactly. Oop. Now this one will feed, I feel like it feeds closer to 4 people.
Yeah,
So
just
just,
depends
if you
on your
have,
ribs.
yeah, if you have more people in your family, just make sure you have a few more sides and you'll be good.
Here we go. Yep. Or if you want to throw in some extra ribs, you can do that too.
Yeah. Sometimes we get complaints that, oh, you used all canned ingredients. It's not all healthy. Like this is just the main dish. So with your side dishes, you
Yeah.
can make those all super healthy too.
Yep.
So.
We always serve dinner with a
sorry.
vegetable and a fruit. So
Us too.
just
Us too.
make your sides be healthy and
And you're good.
yep, you're good to go. You could also do a homemade barbecue sauce if you are that domestic.
Yep. Some people are. Which
Some
is
people are, and
awesome.
there's simple recipes out there. So look those
Exactly.
up. Woo. Okay,
Okay.
next one done.
All right, so the next recipe we're making is Philly cheesesteaks. Now, I love Philly cheesesteaks.
too. A good sandwich.
Exactly. So this is super simple. If you cook it in your Instant Pot, it will only cook for about 8 minutes or so if you use thin meat. If you use a little bit thicker, you might have to go up a little more
Yeah.
to like 15, 20.
Yeah.
But I mean, Philly cheesesteaks, it's usually thin cut meat, so it only takes about 8 minutes. And then if you cook it in your slow cooker, I would say probably about 3 to 4 hours on low.
Okay.
All right, you ready?
Yeah,
Let's do it.
this.
Okay, so these are bags that I got at Walmart. And now you can buy all kinds of different like beef fajitas.
Yeah, just any type of thin sliced meat will work for this recipe.
Exactly.
So if you didn't want to get some that are like prepackaged like this,
Prepackaged,
you could get it from the butcher, just buy a beef roast.
Right? You can
Have
even
them
ask him.
slice it
Yeah,
up.
they'd slice it up for you. So, but we're just gonna use this. So,
Okay.
we have about what 15 ounces in each one.
Yep. So we'll split these bags.
Yep. And we're really good at eyeballing, right?
Yeah, totally. And that's all you need to do for these recipes.
Exactly.
Cool.
Okay, now an onion, 1 whole onion in each one. So you can have like bigger pieces of onion, but I kind of like them smaller in Instant Pot.
Yeah,
so.
it's totally your preference. And then 1 green bell pepper,
Yep.
and you can slice it however you want. I like to keep my bell peppers big when I'm cooking in an Instant Pot or slow cooker because they do shrink and they
down.
get really soft if they're too small. So I usually chop them pretty big.
Smart. All right, next thing is just 1 package of Italian zesty seasoning. It doesn't have to be zesty, it can be just dry Italian. Again, I went the cheaper route, so we tried
Yeah.
Kroger brand, and it smells and tastes delicious. So.
I've seen too, you can make this from scratch as well.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so just Google a recipe, homemade Italian dressing mix.
Nice.
You'll pull something up and it's probably seasonings you have on hand.
Yeah.
But for convenience sake, this is a great option.
Exactly. And then just about anywhere from a half a cup to a cup of some beef broth. We'll probably just do a cup in each one.
Okay.
And just kind of guess our way through. I'll do this one, then I'll let you do the last
Okay,
one.
sounds good. And then to serve these,
Oh, are you ready?
yes.
Okay, so I love bread. I love sourdough bread. So I like to get some
Ooh.
sourdough bread and then cut them open, put some provolone or other cheese on top, and then put them in the broiler for a few minutes. Then I'll put these on top of it so my bread is all nice and crispy.
It's awesome.
And then, of course, if you want your special Philly cheesesteak
Super authentic.
cheese.
Philly cheesesteak, you gotta spread the cheese whiz on top.
For those of us who don't like cheese whiz, you don't
Yeah.
have to.
You don't have to. It's okay.
It is. I just
Every
like,
once in a while.
I just like the crusty bread part
I do
of
too.
it.
Oh
so.
my gosh, yes.
Nice.
These also smell so good
They
while
do.
they're cooking.
Oh my gosh, right?
Yep.
My husband comes home and he's like, oh, I know what's for dinner.
No, that's the best.
Exactly.
Okay, next one down.
All right, we have one more recipe to make, so get ready. So the last recipe we're making today is our delicious pork chili verde.
You can use this for whatever you want. It's kind of like the chicken
Yeah.
tacos we made earlier. You can put it on, we just put it in burrito or like a tortilla, wrap it up.
Yeah,
So tacos, burritos, nachos, salads, whatever you want.
Exactly. I love street tacos. So make little street tacos, put a little salsa on top, and you're good.
Or just eat it as is. It's
true.
perfect like this too.
Sure. So before we get started on everything, I'll tell you how to cook. Cooking times.
Yeah.
So we put the whole pork roast in there. Now, if you wanted to cook for less time, you could chop up the pork roast into like 3 sections. If you did that, it would only cook for about 30 minutes. But because we put in the whole pork roast, because they were frozen,
Yep.
we're gonna cook it anywhere from 60 to 90 minutes just to make sure that it's cooked all the way through and to make it soft so it will just shred apart.
Yeah.
Now, if you're cooking this in your slow cooker, I highly suggest anywhere from like 6 to even 10 hours in your slow cooker.
Yep.
So,
Low and slow.
Low and
is
slow.
the best for this one. I love using pork roast, like a lean pork roast. It is so inexpensive. It's so good for you. It's a great cut of meat. Tastes like chicken to my kids, so they eat it. So many pros going on.
awesome. Okay, so we already put
Yep.
the roast in, obviously.
Yes.
But
So
do
the
you
roast is ready to go.
want to tell them
Yeah.
what this is?
So
okay.
the one ingredient that's a little bit different than all the rest, and maybe some of you are not familiar with it, is that these are tomatillos. It basically is like a green tomato that's wrapped in leaves. So when you see it at the store and it's got its leaves all wrapped around it, that's the right thing.
Yep, you're good.
So all that you're gonna do is just kind of peel back these leaves and pull them off, and then just roughly chop the tomatillo. So I just did it into quarters. It looks a little different than tomato, but it adds really good flavor.
Really good flavor.
Yep, so that's what that ingredient is. And what's funny is the leaves are kind of sticky.
Oh,
So that leaves kind of makes your fingers sticky a little bit.
funny.
But yeah, 2 of those go in each bag.
Perfect. All right, then we chopped up an onion. So
Yep,
one onion.
whole onion for each one.
Perfect. And then 1 whole green pepper, and I
Yep.
chopped them up into pretty small pieces.
Yeah. So obviously we're making chili verde. You want to make sure you're using
Chili
salsa
verde
verde, which basically is green salsa.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Oh, and it's my favorite.
I love it too.
All right, you want to pour that one in?
Yep.
Okay, while you do that, we're also going to add some more green chili, so just a small can of your green chilies. And we're just leaving all the liquid in these because
Yes.
we like liquid, especially if you're
For the
using an
Instant
Instant
Pot.
Pot.
Okay,
All right, last thing. Well, almost.
almost. Can of
Diced
tomatoes.
tomatoes.
Yep. Keep the liquid in there. Don't
Exactly.
drain it.
Now, usually I don't go name brand when I'm trying to go discount, but these were actually cheaper than the other brands.
There you
so
go.
we got some name brand today.
Okay, how much cumin?
So there's 1 teaspoon of cumin. You just dump that. A lot of these recipes you can add more salt and pepper. Sometimes I like to add it after it's cooked.
Yeah.
Just to see how the flavor's
See
doing.
what seasoning you still need.
Exactly.
You bet.
All right. Zip these up.
As we finish up here, we want to know, what's your favorite Instant Pot freezer meal? It's your go-to recipe that you can prep quickly and get it on the table fast.
Right, and if you need more Instant Pot freezer meals, be sure to check out our favorite Instant Pot freezer meals right there. And we will see you guys next Monday. Bye.
See you later.